schizophrenics are happier in other cultures because they get to fully incorporate the spirituality of it, and they tend not to have the same trauma or struggles and stressors that Western culture has.
Yeah.
And people get lost here. I feel so bad.
Western culture is not great for people who are any type of neurodivergent.
No, not at all. Wish I could play music in the background. I've been trying to record my conversations lately and upload them to YouTube. I was on a video call with a guy that I was thinking about hooking up with. We connected really quickly, and I'm like, ooh, a black sheep, huh? And then I was like, get on call with this guy, and then I got on call with him, and I'm like,
My buddy, I said it again, I haven't spoken to him for 5 years, but my buddy Vince, the only video he ever uploaded to YouTube was this rant that we, well, this was during our psychedelic phase, so, we were on something.
I love that. I just love it. That whole experience. I love it. Because, my ex-husband was, a stupid, dumb rave guy who, went to the rave to do X and get laid and be cool.
Yeah.
And some other people are like, oh, yeah. And then I'm like, no, this guy was, a real, part of the actual culture. You can just... I love that.
Yeah.
Everybody else is part-timers or whatever.
Yeah.
Visitors.
When it was... Well, we were doing acid, and it was 3 in the morning,
Yeah.
And so we were all just, laid out, just, on the floor, so what are you thinking about?
Right?
And,
Those conversations sound great. That's what Pfizer used to do in his group of friends. His biggest thing is increase the peace, and he really means that. And, that's where me and Pfizer connect, on, a deeper, more meaningful level. But, whatever. Fuck that guy. But, yeah, he used to have these big groups of friends. Big, massive group of friends. And they used to gather. It sounds creepy and culty. But they used to, gather at his parents' house where he lived. And they would come over and they would have Bibles. And they would get Trip out. And then they would, read passages in the Bibles and, discuss them and shit. And I'm like, God damn, Pfizer. You really have a community.
Well, that does sound culty. But...
He's like a leader of a community. Last time I spoke to him a couple summers ago, he was like, Casey, I am really fucking stressed out and busy with this work shit. People come to me for fucking things all the time, and I'm constantly fucking mediating. And he's like, what is fucking wrong? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm going through a psychosis. And he's like, I don't have time. And I'm like, fuck you then. I called him a fucking junkie and told him never speak to my son ever again. Pissed me off. He was trying to talk to Tristan for a while, really trying, and my son was like, I need a DNA test. Fuck off, I have a dad.
But yeah, it was no he was saying, we recorded him on YouTube because he was going on this big rant about how marriage is a scam.
Yeah, the legal part of it.
Yeah, and all that shit, and how he would never get married. He hated all of it. Anyways, he was the first one of us to get married.
Very funny.
Sorry, I'm talking. I'm just.
You're fine.
But yeah, oh yeah, that pissed me off so bad. He stopped being friends with me because he had a kid and he was the only one in our friend group who had a kid, and so she was kind of all of our little niece,
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. And so, but he stopped talking to me because he accused me of being weird with her.
Oh, fuck you. You have exaggerated body language, and people are so stupid. It looks like autism, but your mind isn't autistic. But your body language looks like autism, and some motherfuckers would be like, that guy creepy. And I'm like, oh no, that's beautiful to me. You don't see that on people.
I don't know.
Yeah, fuck him. Accused you of being creepy with kids. That's bullshit.
Because all I did was set it off. I was like, hey, kiddo, kissed her right here.
Aww.
And then like his mom was there, and she thought that was weird.
Yeah.
I,
Have you ever been screened for autism?
No.
See, and if you are autistic, that's some stupid ass shit an autistic person would innocently do. It's just for real.
Especially because she was like 8, and I'd known her since she was born.
Yeah, don't let that bother you.
Yeah.
Don't let that bother you.
I mean, it does, but
I would grab the upstairs neighbor's children and just hold them because children are amazing. But it's like you can't hold other people's children. You know, I just stay away from them. They'll wander. When they finally wandered onto my porch, I'm like, God, why do I have to be that fucking person that children trust? Because I'm like, I will let you climb into an oven. Like, don't. Like, it makes me uncomfortable because it's some other person's child,
yeah.
You know, and they're not friends or just my neighbors. And I'm like, stay away, stranger danger. I'm like, I am a stranger. But they're like, oh, and they'll trust me so much, they'll just wander right up to the garden. And I'm like, in my head, because I lived with paraphilias my whole life growing up. And I'm like, oh no, like the garden is not a trap for children. I collect toys because I like toys. I would be a toy collector if I could, and there's toys in there, and I know you're curious. I'm so sorry. I get paranoid. I'm like, it's not a trap for kids. I used to like fucking draw like chalk walking things for my daughter to surprise her when she got home from school, and there'd be like big bubbles on the sidewalk that she could walk on and footprints and cool shit. And like the neighbors' kids would be drawn to it, and I'm like, it's not a trap for kids. I swear, it's for my grown child. Keep her in a sense of childlike wonder a little bit, you know. It's fucking twisted. Dude, the paraphilias I grew up with were so intense that I literally see like how it's like that whole gingerbread house thing where like pedophiles will do things to fucking trap children and attract them to their houses. I'm like, yeah, my mother is that level of creepy. It's fucked. I had to grow up with that shit.
Yeah. This kid, her name's Angelina. But everyone just calls her Angel, you know. And but we were playing Minecraft one day, you know. So I don't like that game at all. I think it's boring. But it was a kid, so whatever.
Yeah.
And so we're playing, and the character's name is just Steve for some reason. and so when we were playing that in like co-op, we just started calling each other Steve. And from then on, that stuck. And from then on, we were both just Steve.
You and the kid are both Steve?
Yes. So I'd go over there, and I'd go, hey, Steve. Hey, Steve.
So cute. I just love kids. They're like little kids. They're just in just a state of constant, just like wonder, daydreamy wonder, full bubbles, bags of love. You know, and it's just like, how dare people even be cruel to little children?
Yeah.
Like, how fucking dare you disturb that? You know, because they're discovering and exploring everything for the first time. And I'm also like, never underestimate children. Because when I was 4, I wanted to hang myself in my closet. Like, I understood, like, death and pain and fear and, like, at a deeply intense level. And I'm like, never underestimate the sufferings of a child.
Yeah.
Ever. Because they can be both extremes of daydream, childlike wonder and love. And also, wow, I understand death and pain. So, my mother was very cruel to me. But yeah, that's cool. I love, like, just connecting with kids in a silly way. It's fun.
Yeah, it was cool because, like, you know, it's nice. It was nice to have someone that was like genuinely excited to see you.
Yeah, like when little kids are just excited.
Yeah.
It's annoying to me because children will climb all over me. There could be like 5 other adults in the room. Their family's friends, and then I'm never here, and then I show up and they're all on my lap the whole fucking time, and I'm like, there's your mom. There's your dad. There's your uncle. there's friend Steve who's always here.
Yes.
Like, go bother these people who are always here. And it's like, the reason they don't do that is because all those people are always like, fuck off, little kid. And I'm just like, I guess you can fucking sit in my goddamn lap all day. Talk to me, and they'll just tell me everything.
But people don't like that when you're a dude, because they automatically assume something's weird. You know? Like, this is... Even though kids love me. Maybe because I am kind of, just a little more enthusiastic.
Very approachable for a child.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to play a game? Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah. Yep. I'd be like, why don't you just... I just been bombarded, because I would show up and want to, like, socialize with my friends and hang out with my friends and talk to my friends, talk to people my age. I'm like, I've been surrounded by children my whole life.
Yeah.
And just when a kid walks up, I don't ignore them. And I'm just always listening, and I will forever pay attention to your kid, and I will just fuck off from my social life and just hang out with the kid. And yeah, when I was younger, it used to make me paranoid and really, really paranoid. And I'd be like, are these motherfuckers thinking that I'm a fucking weirdo with their kid? And I'm just like, because I'm out here hanging out with their fucking kid and not them. I'm like, well, your kid was like, come play and follow me and let me show you. And I just followed them into their little world. Gotta love having schizophrenia. How that shit will make you paranoid. Part of my pain in life.
I don't see kids anymore. Not because I'm like 500 feet. No, because just because for one, I don't think children should be in my apartment. And
True.
For
Absolutely
two,
not.
Yeah, and two, just because right now none of my friends. I mean, they all have kids. They just don't see them.
Yeah.
I don't have kids. Well, I decided when I was younger I didn't want any.
It's hard.
Huh?
It's hard having kids.
Oh, I thought you called me a tard.
No. Having kids is hard. It's a lot of work. It's truly a lot of work to raise a person. Especially when you're actually raising that person and paying attention to that person and guiding that person and providing for that person and not just being like, here's a bunch of shit, go to fucking school, fuck off. Like,
also, because the worst people I know are always like, yeah, I have like 5. I'm like, well.
5 fucking kids, man. I know, and those people always ignore their children too.
Yeah.
My friends
like, you'll hang out with them
were
for
like
years, and then they'll mention that, oh yeah, I have a few kids. I'm like, what?
How many?
I've never seen them.
Ever.
And they're in elementary school, all of them. Okay. Well, and you're hanging out, partying with me, like not care in the world.
Dude, it was so bad with my friends Kayla and Eddie, because they have 5 kids, and they just neglect, like you wouldn't believe. And, like, I came over to the hoard. They lived in my house and hoarded my house and destroyed my fucking house. And they lived there for free. And then I started having them pay $200 a month. And then they started having a problem with me. And now they refuse to even talk to me. They think I'm a piece of shit. But, like, I went over there. And the first few times I went over there, their oldest son, they lived in a hoard. That poor guy. That poor kid. And he just, like, naturally came out of his room. Because we were talking, because he was being like, hey, like, cracking jokes, and I was cracking jokes back and shit. And then he just, like, got all this anxiety and was, like, overwhelmed by his life, at school and home. And he just, like, walks out of the bedroom and just crying his eyes out, talking to me, telling me about his struggles at school and because of the house. And he's just crying, and I'm like, yeah, I understand that. That makes complete sense, and that's unfortunate that people will treat you like that because of these things. It's out of your control.
Kids are bullies.
Yeah, and, like, his mom was like, oh, just ignore him. He's just looking for sympathy. He's like that. And I'm like, I could fucking throw a brick at your fucking head right now, because that's the reason your son is crying and telling me all of this. It fucking made me mad. I just thought about their children for a lot of years. One of them is autistic. Patrick is very autistic, and he didn't at the time even speak English. Like, he's one of them kids who spoke his own language because he couldn't sort out English. But he's very smart, and he, like, learned sign language on his own by watching TV. And, like, his mother was such a fucking cunt, like, hated me for some fucking reason. And I was, like, telling her, I'm like, he's nonverbal. He doesn't speak English. He speaks his own language. And, she was like, yeah, I know. And I'm like, she was like, he's not nonverbal. He talks all the time. And I'm like, I'm sorry I didn't use the right fucking terminology, you fucking bitch. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I'm the one who noticed he was autistic when he was like 3. I'm like, this boy is 3 years old and he doesn't stand up and he doesn't walk. And I was like, hey, he's not walking. Have you ever screened him for autism? And they're like, he's fine. I'm like, you guys are some of the most neglectful ass motherfuckers I know. And they're some of the most popular fucking people. People love these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
They're friends. And I'm like, and I'm that asshole that gets rejected everywhere I go? Okay. Fuck you.
Yeah, people are assholes.
I know.
And yeah, people don't really care about responsibility in terms of, man, you have, is that your cigarette pack collection?
Yeah. Yep. They're stacked nicely. I thought about hanging them from my ceiling.
Oh, like a little rope thing where it like kind of dangles?
No, just like individually. You know? Like instead of like individually hanging stars, it's individually hanging packs of cigarettes. Mm-hmm. It's like the trashiest decor ever. But it'd be neat. Like that movie, the 7 Deadly Sins movie, where they have all the air fresheners hanging from the ceiling. I just have cigarette packs.
Yeah.
I got enough of a collection.
You know, when I was sitting over there, when I was knocking and he didn't hear me because he had the headphones in, but for a while I was just doing like a...
Oh, God.
Thing. But then I was like, you know what? I wouldn't want to look up and see that. So I'm going to go upstairs.
It probably would have scared me.
Yeah, that's
for
why.
Sure.
Yeah, that's why I was like, you know what?
Like, I'm just down here being a creep. She didn't even notice.
It's going. No.
Dude, it was so funny when I met Jared.
Yeah.
And when I started talking to him about the guy who was stalking me, it immediately inspired him to like become a stalker, creepy stalker, because he liked me. You
That's
tell
a weird
that
inspiration to get from something.
And he started doing weird, creepy stalker shit. He walked into our apartment twice while me and Melissa were asleep. We were asleep, and he just straight walks into our house and sits down in the living room. I woke up from a nap, and I was about to just change my clothes, and I, like, wake up to close my door, and I, like, barely even noticed him in the living room, and then I was like, what the fuck, Jared? I'm like, you can't just walk into our house and sit down. Like, we barely know each other. We've known each other for, like, 2 weeks at this point.
Yeah.
So it was weird, but he's an arsonist. And, like, he's...
Okay, wait.
Those people,
does what you just said make that better in your mind? You said, but he is an arsonist.
No, it's just that it's interesting to me because men who commit arson, their recidivism rate for other crime, like shit like that, boundary issues and shit, is the highest among anybody who commits a crime. Like, people who commit murder, you'd think that they would uncontrollably commit all kinds of violent crime and shit, but no, it's arsonists.
Well, I wouldn't think that, because murder is a crime of passion most of the time, I feel like.
Yeah.
This is a weird conversation to have because I feel like I'm gonna start defending arsonists, but I mean they're or murderers, but they're like
well,
they're just they just think fires are fun.
Yeah, Jared straight burned his fucking house down on purpose too. He was like, I was in psychosis. And he just denies the fact that he did it on purpose.
Fires are terrifying if you've been in one.
He won't fucking admit it, but the way he tells the story, he said, I was so fed up, I lit my t-shirt on fire and dropped it on the floor in my bedroom in front of the curtains that were on the floor, and then I walked outside and just sat down. And his entire house burned to the ground. He sat outside and let his whole house burn to the ground.
That sounds like some prison time should be required for something like that.
Yeah,
or some mental health, you know.
It was his own house, and he was going through bipolar psychosis. So, of course, he didn't burn down someone else's house.
Well, that's good, but...
Yeah, it's fucking in the court system. Mental illness is protected sometimes.
Well, it should be to an extent.
Yeah, to an extent, for sure. I knew this schizophrenic guy long time ago who walked into someone's house, stranger's house, stood over their bed while they were sleeping, and just fucking stood there. And they woke up and found this guy standing over their bed in their bedroom. And his story, and I understand delusion fully, this also pertains to my stalker. He's an erotomanic, so whatever drove him into my yard was pure delusion. And I'm like, you can't be mad at that, because I understand how delusion can draw you out to do stupid shit in life, and you kind of don't really have a lot of control over it. Like the compulsivity within delusion, you almost have to do these things. You almost need to do these things. The curiosity, you can't help yourself. So that's what drove him into the house, was delusion. And his story was that he thought these people were being attacked by demons, and he was in their house trying to protect them, and he went to jail for it. But
well, you know what?
So my schizophrenic crimes, while I did accumulate some charges, if I had hired a lawyer, that lawyer could have been like as far as prison time goes or whatever, or even reducing the fine, they'd have been like, she has schizophrenia and she was delusional, and they'd be like, what she did was relatively not that bad. She didn't destroy property. She may have been terrorizing her neighbor, but it was an accident. And I didn't hire a lawyer, but if that shit ever happens to me again, I will. I'll be like, please, for the love of God.
Yeah, I think if you genuinely believe that that's what you're doing, then it should be not okay, but I mean, you should.
As long as what you've done through delusion was relatively harmless, I think it should be protected for sure. But guy walking into that house,
it's kind of hard to prove that you were in a state of delusion.
No, it's not. You should have seen my house at the time and just my history. I've been through 17 psychosis events. I'd be like, you should see my medical history if you don't believe that I was delusional.
I mean, I've had delusional events. Most of them, I think, were caused by drugs.
Yeah, mine are all organic.
I'm pretty sure I had a few organic ones.
I didn't experience psychosis really that one year. I was struggling with trauma. Trauma was surfacing while I was doing meth that year. But psychosis, no.
I had my friend Brittany, not that Brittany, but a different Brittany. This was 15 years ago. I was at her house and we were doing. Well, my friend would always get research chemicals off Silk Web and shit, and
really?
Silk Road.
To make meth or something?
No. He just get a bunch of random ones.
Just random chemicals to have?
Yeah.
Weird.
Well, he'd find that's how we got on the 2C chemicals, the 2CB, 2CI.
What, is that a drug?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so he was buying drugs? Off the Silk Road?
2C, yeah, 2CB's been popular since the 80s.
That's neat.
That kind of feels like a weird mix of Molly and acid. It's very weird. I remember I spent 20 minutes laughing at a bottle of shampoo in my shower because it was just funny. I don't know, something was funny about it.
Nice.
Yeah, I still lived with my parents at the time.
Yeah.
Or there was a stain on my floor, something like this, that it just looked like a helicopter. Mm-hmm. And I was just sitting there watching the blade spin for a while.
Dude, psychosis has driven me into hallucinations like that, where you see, I want to use the right word.
Can you get a cigarette from me?
Yeah, where you see the weird shit on your blanket or on the ceiling and it just moves like a cartoon and you just watch it move. I've fucking been so goddamn fucked in psychosis events where I've just watched the cartoons on my fucking blanket for the longest time.
Oh yeah, I hate that shit. I always need a light on for that because the shadows fuck with me.
Yeah.
I've there's been a couple times up there when I started to roll around to being up for day 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And when I would just I'd go over and see like I have a little thing like that, like you're sitting on in my room, and I'd look at it, and in the light it would look fine. In the dark, it would look like 1,000 cockroaches were crawling over it.
Really?
Yeah, and I'd turn the light on and like,
Fuck that.
okay.
Yeah. Yep. I've had weird experiences with spiders, but I never seen the spiders.
I had this weirdest. My friend and I experienced a simultaneous. There's a word for it, but like simultaneous hallucination where we both started seeing the same thing, like independently at the same time, kind of.
Yeah, I think you told me about that with like the geometric shape in the table or something.
Different story.
Oh.
No, this was 2cc. Every 2c, just add a letter after it. It's a whole different drug, and it does something totally different than the other one. So like 2cb, 2ci, 2ce, 2ct, 2cb, 2cc. Those are all totally different drugs with totally different effects.
Yeah.
Like 2C is my favorite because it's like a nootropic. It just kind of makes things brighter, makes you kind of like feel more energetic and like your brain's working better.
More vibrant and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably not actually working better, but it makes you feel like it is.
Yeah. I was so fucking happy for myself because I experienced that Kundalini and literally just like months of organic, pure, natural ecstasy. I'm like, do you know how good that is for your brain?
Oh, yeah. The first time I did, oh God, was it 5-MeO DMT? I think it was. All I know is it was as strong as DMT, but it lasted for like 24 hours. And I didn't drink for like 3 months. I was like, I just want to be sober forever now.
Forever now. Nice.
Because I was walking around, because I remember I threw up somehow all over my friend's bathroom, like the ceiling and everything. Like,
oh, God.
It was terrible. And I was sitting there on the floor. My friends, for some reason, like, didn't feel much, of course, while I was having, like, the strongest trip of my life.
Yeah.
And so they're like, it's kind of weird,
so
let's just
cool.
leave, and left me alone.
I have a picture that I took of my hand against the dirt, and I was like, Jesus, it felt like breathing, like, pure, clean air through your fucking pupils. Mm-hmm. It was amazing, and I'm just like, wow, and, like, it was fucking crazy. It was intense, just high states of bliss, and just more. There's just so much more things I was experiencing in visions, and just like, it was amazing. I was like, I know this ain't gonna last. How long is this gonna last? It lasted for months, and I've been, oh my God, my conversation with the romance scammer, with the erotomanic, it like triggers these euphoric states, and like it has brought back the feelings of ecstasy, the softness, and like it's just like this, God, it's amazing. And I'll be like on my phone like texting, and I'm like in a state of just like pure fucking bliss and ecstasy, like with the softness, and I'm like, yeah, those conversations, man. And like I'll listen to music, like my Dream Jester playlist, while I'm having those conversations, and it just induces it. And then sometimes I'll reread the conversations, and it just comes back, and I'm like, that's so nice. That is such a nice little pocket of something for me to have in life.
I miss ecstasy. It was really it was my favorite experience.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
Yeah, like
But, you know, I remember, like I said, my friend and I with the simultaneous hallucination thing, we did a 2cc, which is basically mushrooms, and how it works in your brain. And so, you know, we were sitting in the woods behind my parents' house.
Nice.
And we took that and we started going to town on a 30-pack.